Hey everyone, Kevin here with Divinely Design, and I have a soap video. Most of you know that I very rarely do melt and pour. I mean, I've sort of dabbled with it, so I just don't do melt and pour that often. And I have nothing against it. There are people out there that make beautiful looking melt and pour. But I was kind of in the mood to do a kind of quick and easy soap project today, and I was in a little bit of a mood to do melt and pour, so that's what I'm going to do. And I have been playing Pokemon Go, which has been really fun and just silly. But so I thought I would make Pokeball soap. And to do that, I am using the Brambleberry large sphere mold. Now it's called the large sphere mold, but they're still pretty small. So this is, this is going to be a small soap, or maybe it's a cute project for a kid's soap or something like that. But so I'm going to be using that. I have some melt and pour. Now I have some clear and I have some white base. I've chopped them up into small pieces. I'm going to put them in the microwave for 30-second intervals until they're melted. I also have a little bit of fragrance. I'm using oatmeal milk and honey. I was trying to think of, what's the appropriate fragrance for a Pokeball to catch, Pokemon. But I really couldn't think of anything that was appropriate. So I don't have any oatmeal milk and honey soaps at the moment. And I really love that fragrance, so I just picked that. I have some colorants here. So I have some Blackest Black mica powder from TKB Trading. I have some titanium dioxide from Brambleberry. And then I have some red rainbow mica and some pink Vibrance mica, both from Nurture's Soap Supplies. I'm hoping to kind of mix them to get the right red. And I'm going to use the white base for the white portion of the Pokeball. I have the clear to use for the red portion. It's basically a ball that half is white and half is red, and then there's a black center, or a black line that sort of separates them. But I'm going to have to play with the color a little bit of the red to try and get the red right. And I don't have a ton of white soap base left over, so I brought some titanium dioxide in case I need to add a little bit of clear and maybe bump up the white a little bit. I also have some piping tips, and I'm going to use these to make a little cutout, which is why I have the silicone mat here. I'm going to pour some of the soap on the silicone mat just so I can make a flat piece. And then I'm going to cut out the little circles that are needed to sort of finish off the Pokeball. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to melt some stuff and then we'll be right back. Okay, so I just heated up my soap for about 45 seconds total, together. And then I added my colors and a little bit of fragrance and I mixed them all up. So I have a black, a nice dark black, a red, and a white. And I also just have some pans of, I put some boiling water in the bottom of these little pans, and that's just to help keep my soap nice and fluid while I'm working with it. I'm going to start with my white, because I don't have a lot of white to begin with, so I'm probably only going to make a couple of these. And basically I want to fill this up a little less than half, because I need to leave room for the black line that separates the Pokeball. So I'm just sort of eyeballing this. And I'm sure some of these will be a little better than others. So I'm trying a couple of different heights here. I'll do one more. And then I'm going to take my silicone mat, which I'm just sort of putting in the back here, and I'm going to just pour out some and spread it around a little bit. And we'll use that later on for some of the decorations. Okay, so that's the white layer. I'm going to let this set. I'll put it in the fridge for just a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've moved my red off to the side. I left the white in for maybe 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. I heated up my black again. Now, I'm not using alcohol. These are not fully set, and my black is pretty hot. So I'm just hoping it'll melt enough to sort of stick, and I won't have separation issues. And I only need a little bit of this. So just a nice thin layer, enough to cover the white. And then you'll see over to the left there, I've already poured out some of the black like I did with the white. And we're going to be using that in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the process. This is going to go back in the fridge for 1 minute or 2, and then we'll be right back. With the red. Okay, here we go. Okay. I cut out 6 for good measure. And they peel really easy off this silicone mat here. Okay, and then in the center of the black is a smaller white one, so I'm going to use this, which is a coupler, but it's got a smaller divot to it. Now, if you'll notice, it's got a little chunk out of it, so I'm going to have to sort of turn it, and I hope that doesn't mess up the shape too much. Whoops. Yeah, I'm getting a little divot on the one side, but I can clean that up. So what I'm going to do is take my little black circle, and then I'll take a little bit of warm soap and just put it on the little white dot there so I can mount them in the middle. And I'll do that while my soap is chilling. All right, be right back. Okay, so I've done most of my Pokeballs. I just have some some melted soap here, and I have the ball itself. Now my lines came out pretty good, most of them. Some of them, the black on the back, or at least part of it, didn't go through all the way. But, you know, for the most part they came out great. So I'm just taking a little bit of my liquid soap, or my melted soap, and sort of putting it on here, and then taking my black and white piece and just pushing it on, and that's really it. So here are my Pokeballs. They came out really good, actually. I think they look great. You know, for a quick project, this probably in total took me, I didn't let them sit for an hour. They're pretty small, so they firmed up in about 20-30 minutes. So including resting time, I think this project took me an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the tops. But so that's it. Pokemon Melt and Pour Soap. Hope you enjoyed it. Click that thumbs up button if you like this video. Subscribe if you aren't subscribed. Check back here for more soapy and crafty videos at Divinely Designed. Comments, questions, leave them below and I will try to answer them. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great weekend.